Okay, challenge you to find a worse location than my front porch on a Friday morning. But although the car is going by continually, which is, well, there goes the truck. It's a little annoying. It is. Ain't gonna lie. But enjoying a staycation. It's July 24th, 2026, and my adorable wife and I have been married for 5 years. 5 years. For as old as I am, that might seem strange, but anyways, so 5 years together. She's put up with me for 5 years. We're on a roll. So out here with my Gibson J45. Oh yeah, babe. So guitar I love a lot. So hopefully a short video here. Just I was actually going through a book here of some songs that I've learned and soon forgotten. So just going through and freshening up. But it got me thinking about how just to be able to play a song, my goal with the song is to try to be able to sing it. So you know, the book I was going through is it's a Led Zeppelin book, and yeah, definitely an all-time favorite band for me. But just going through, and I was doing some acoustic Over the Hills Far Away, realizing I was playing one little part wrong, so adjusting that, and then of course Stairway to Heaven, you know, going through that, but to be able to sing it and in my mind, you know, when you're singing a song, somebody else's song that people are used to hearing, it can sound very karaoke-ish if you don't really know the song very well on your instrument. So, you know, a song that for the longest time, it's a song that, like, speaking of karaoke, if I were to do karaoke, it'd be one of my favorite songs to karaoke is Night Moves by Bob Seger, which is a song I just love. Love the Night Moves album. Wore it out when I was a kid, listening to it on 8-track. And yeah, that's an album that really puts me in a time and place. As a kid, I can just remember being on my aunt's front porch, my aunt and uncle on their house, and my cousin Mike. I was sitting out on the front porch on the swing, listening to that Night Moves album, and yeah, just wore it out. Just love that song, love that album. So I love the soulfulness of Bob's voice. Wow, that was some kind of a big, tall fertilizer kind of thing. I'm out here in the country. It's a lot of farmland out here. So you know. So G, F, C, yeah. But you gotta get the. It's okay. A little too tall, could use a few pounds. Sure can't say that about myself. A little too short, could lose a few pounds. Getting old bald and looking round, I suppose. All right, so you know, not too bad, right? You're too tall, could use a few pounds. Tight pants, points, Harder now. She was a black-eyed beauty with big dark eyes. Missed the F there. It's so long, way up high, way up further high. Yeah. No idea what Bob's talking about there. But anyways, just love the feel of the whole song. But my point on this is to be able to sing a song, you need to know the song, you know. Some songs I've heard for years and to this day, you know, from my childhood and to this day, I don't really know the words, what they're even saying in the song. Like this is one of those. Hardly renowned. Could tight pants points hardly renowned or something like that, right? Hardly hollow, and I always thought he said hollow nouns. Hollowed nouns, but I think if you look it up, it's like hardly renowned. You know, so there's some things like that you just sing it wrong. But I gotta be honest with you, if it sounded like, if it's hardly renowned and we're going hardly renowned just to sing that word, but to me it always just sound hollowed nouns, you know, hollowed nouns, you know. When he recorded that back then, everything didn't have to be perfect, and that's part of what I love about, like, yeah, just older music, you know. I think of the 70s, there's lots of, like, when they were recording, you know, when they got past 4-track, single track to 4-track, and then the multi-track, you know, people are trying to do all kinds of things. But, you know, back when it's like 4-track and things are bleeding over in the tracks and things, I mean, speaking of Zeppelin, some of the songs, you hear them coughing, you'll hear things in the background that's like bleeding over from another track. They couldn't get rid of it. They just couldn't get rid of it. There's gnats out here this morning. So they left it in, and it's like, that's how we hear it. You know, like, way down inside, woman. But you can hear it in the background, woman, 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 you know. And now we think that, you know, that was always been in the song, so that's all we know, so we accept it. But at the time, they didn't really want that in there, although it sounds crazy cool, but could hardly even imagine it with the song without that in there. Off track again. So, it's just how it is here, for the Rick. So there's a thought. I've heard people and know, and, you know, have friends that play, and it's like they try to make the song sound exactly like the words. They're reading the music, the words. Now keep in mind, it could be wrong in a songbook. I'm looking at a songbook here. They're creeping up. And there could be a note wrong. So if it doesn't sound right, you know, try to play it the way you're hearing it too is good. You know, listening to the music, knowing it. But also you need to, like this here, like, just playing that over and over again, you know, till you get the feel of it. I mean, it takes me forever to be able to, like, sing a song correctly. I mean, maybe I can kind of do it, but to sing it to where it has feeling, and I can pause where I want to. So I'm not karaokeing to the guitar. That the guitar is kind of like, you know, when you set up a karaoke machine, turn the music on, the music dictates. You know, you've got to really keep up with it, or else, you know, you're going to have a problem. It's not going to sound right. But with the guitar, I'm controlling the music. So when you're singing a song, the vocals, that's the band leader there. That's the one leading the band. You know, think of the old time big bands. I always think of Ricky Ricardo on the I Love Lucy show when they'd go to his club. I don't know what that was called, the Cabana Club or something. I have no idea, but he'd be in there, and if he stopped, everybody stopped. You know, or whatever. You know, so he controlled that, and thought of that when I'm playing my own songs and I've played them live, is that when people aren't paying any attention, you can kind of, stop for a minute and then, start back up, and it gets people's attention. But if you're just karaokeing, if you're just playing this guitar and you're determined to play this song, especially a song that you're covering exactly the way it was on the album, you're not the artist. and honestly, the artists don't even play it exactly, especially guitar solos and things like that. If you're trying to do that now, to be able to just like knock off a solo perfectly, that's amazing. But if it's to the point where it lacks feel and you're not enjoying it, to be in the moment, trying to be in the moment. That's what, to me, that's what music is to try to be in the moment. If I can't get there, then I'm not really enjoying it. Yeah. In fact, recently, this isn't going to be a short video. We're at 11 minutes and some right now, and I'm starting it, going off on a tangent. But recently I got invited over a friend's house, my wife and I, and there's several people there that we know, and there's a friend of ours, their son from out of town, and his wife, and they're just absolute sweethearts, and they're awesome. And he plays drum and can play guitar and plays ukulele, and that's really awesome. I always wanted to play the drums, and he's pretty good, he's good. Actually, we didn't really get to stretch out together, and play something. I'd really like to have just played nonsense with each other, and so I could get a feel for one another, just jam. But I get really self-conscious when there's lots of people and I've just never played with him before. I don't know him very well, but we've met over the years, just never really got to talk and spend time together. But I know his parents really well, and just love him. His dad, Tim, is hilarious. He's hilarious. Yeah, we cut up pretty extensively together. Yeah, I feel like we could have been part of Monty Python when we're together. I guess mostly because it's just a bunch of Monty Python isms. But my point is that nothing really sounded right, even the songs that I know. And I feel like I can play pretty comfortably by myself, cover songs, but they're kind of like naming things, and it's like, I think the best thing was we did, because it's really simple, like a Hendrixy version of All Along the Watchtower, which is, I like to do. I like to do that in between verses and things, kind of liven it up a little bit or something, Otherwise, it's just, you can correct me if you want, but it's just like A minor, which some people just probably do A major, but I don't think that's right, but A minor, G, F, you could go. I love this guitar. Anyways. But knowing the song, students I've had, I've told them, when you're learning a song, just strum the chords. Just strum the chords and listen to them. Working on a night. goes into the chorus is yeah, it goes into like a E minor, working on to the D, night, working on the night. Wait, what is it? That's what it is. Yeah, because you're not singing on the C, so it's. And this part for me was really difficult when I tried learning to sing this song with the song. And see, like I'm forgetting the song right now because if you don't play something all the time, at least me, and especially as I get older, I think I can't remember stuff. It just doesn't come to mind. I think once, if I question myself whether I would remember it, the second I question remembering something, sure enough, not going to remember it. But, you know, that's it. E minor, D, C, D, E minor, D, C. So that's it. And then there's a C7, C major 7, not a C7, C major 7 there. You know, and that's kind of the, you could hear that in yeah, it goes so I can't remember that part right now, but you'll hear it in kind of like the like it, yeah. Whatever, I can't think of the word, doesn't matter. But you know, getting to know a song and feel the feel of it first, and then just gradually singing it. Because you can play it open without doing the, you know. I like that when you're just playing by yourself. Sometimes it's like a song where you're strumming because, you know, I think it adds like, it's almost like a percussion, you know, like it adds that percussiveness to it. But you don't have to do that. You could. For goodness sakes, your guitar, you know, make sure your guitar is in tune, actually in tune. That sounds pretty good right now. Whatever. so it's crazy. I've played since I've probably like 12, 13, something like that, you know, and trying for years. And then the kids were small, didn't play very much, you know, at least when my youngest two were small. Went through a stage there where I was just so busy I couldn't play anything. So there's been times when I didn't play very much and times when I played more. But you know, no matter how much I play, it's like you have to play all the time to stay completely polished and brushed up and to know things. But that's kind of the point of this little lesson talk here, is just thinking about learning to play a song so that you feel it. And the other thing is recording yourself. And you may not like your voice, but it's not about it. You will sound strange. You'll get used to your voice eventually, but but just listening to see if you, does it sound like you're just singing along to your guitar, or are you and your guitar working together for the song and it sounds, you know, uh, like real music, like something that somebody would listen to and be like, oh, this is, and enjoy, not just because it's your family listening to you and they're trying to be positive and encouraging. That's good, but there's a point where you need honesty. And if you go out and you're playing and you just sound like crap, that's not fun for anybody. But but not to, you're gonna a little bit. I mean, you have to get out there and play if you want to play out there. So if you're a young person and you'd like to be able to play in front of people, work at it, and then find yourself an open mic. And there's nothing wrong with being honest and just telling people, hey, I'm trying to learn this song. I want to get used to playing in front of people, so bear with me. So, but just don't get this idea in your head that, that because your parents have told you how amazing it is, that it really is that amazing, because they love you. But in that instance, maybe they don't love you the way they should. Sometimes we could show a little more love by being... but a lot of people, like parents, like my parents, they didn't know anything about music at all. I'm sure they knew whether something was good or not, but they also were always really encouraging, especially if it was a song I had written myself. And they were always very encouraging. I'll try not to get emotional here talking about this, but I just had a thought about running in and sitting on the foot of their bed at night. I can remember making them turn the light on. I was in my room with my guitar, and I'd come up with something, and I'd want to go in there and play it for them. And their favorite is a song I wrote pretty young, called Flip Tailed Girl. Now, what that means, I'm not sure, but my grandfather, my dad's dad, would call my mom that. He would say that my dad they lived 3 miles apart in West Virginia, and my dad would go over there to visit, and they'd go and sit on the porch and talk, and he was probably no doubt chaperoned, and but it's just a little blues song kind of thing. It's like, early in the morning, about 6 o'clock, my daddy had waked me and the house was rocked. He said, hey there, boy, gonna nip them cows, rein up the horses and hook them to the plow. I said, now, daddy, I don't want to work. All I want to do is chase a flip-tail girl. Flip-tail girl, flip-tail girl. Daddy, let me tell you about my flip-tail girl. She's so pretty and she means the world. Daddy, let me tell you about my flip-tail girl. Listen to me, Pop. Daddy, let me tell you about my flip-tail girl. Well, white shoes on and my hair looking tough. I walked 3 miles to see my love. To get to her house, we only sit on the porch. Her brown eyes keep me wanting more. Someday I swear I'm gonna marry that girl, the one and only beautiful flip-tail girl. Flip-tail girl, flip-tail girl. Daddy, let me tell you about my flip-tail girl. She's so pretty, she means the world. Daddy, let me tell you about my flip-tail girl. Listen to me, Pop. Daddy, let me tell you about my flip-tail girl. So there's probably like guitar solos and things going on here. It's got that 50s sort of thing going on, right? Blues, rock and roll. So, actually, that what I just sang should have been the last verse. The second verse is, it's well, it got real angry and it got real mad, and I said some things that made me real sad. I said, I'm leaving, enough is enough. He said, don't let the dog hit you in the butt. If anybody asks, I'll be in Gobbler's Knob, dreaming of my one and only flip-tail girl. And then the chorus again, flip-tail girl, that kind of thing. But boy, oh boy, when I went in there and played that for my parents, they were tickled as can be. They couldn't even believe I wrote a song about them dating, and I guess, I'd heard bits and pieces of that over the years of growing up, and of that, my dad going and visiting my mom. And yeah, so that's what music can do for you. So here's the thing: don't care whether it's good, bad. Don't care whether someone likes it or people's like, oh, that's just, how many people have done a song like that? Goodness, I might have been 14, 15 when I think when I wrote that, probably. Um, I don't know that I was 16, but and they've asked me to play that so many times, it's ridiculous, you know. And I love it. I love yelling it and belting it out. And every time I've ever played it, real fast and like I'm really into it, and I can sing really loud. Right now I'm on the porch, and I don't want my neighbors to wonder what's going on, but um, it's a blast. So, I mentioned in other episodes here that videos that people want to try to create something magnificent. Whatever, just if you're letting that keep you from writing something that could be special. That I'm almost 60 years old, and I was a teenager when I wrote that about my parents. Can you do better than that? I don't think so. So yeah, practice a song. Think about whether it sounds like karaoke or not, and write something. I think that just came to me, but even if you're like, before you got lyrics, just come up with nonsensical stuff. Go Dr. Seuss, go full on Dr. Seuss with it. So, all right, have a good day. Thanks.